Good afternoon, you guys. This is my fourth time trying to make this video, and hopefully this works. So, you guys, my vision was of a combination of the skull and bones chemical sign for, you know, toxic warning sign, and the color of energy, which I saw on the two generators that were on top of the nuclear power plant, STP, you guys. So, hearing the story about Arkema makes me not think that it was a fulfillment 100% of that vision. It makes me think, is that partial fulfillment? And I'll tell you why. The vision pointed me to, or was the combination of a chemical, the skull and bones on the chemical, and the blue color generators. I know that Arkema, I know that the chemicals in Arkema heated up because of the flood damaging even the generators there, thus causing the fire. But, and the Lord very well could have been pointing me to this particular event, but I'm not sure. I'm not convinced that is a fulfillment of that vision. Number one, this nuke plant is in the relatively same area where the same flooding of Arkema is taking place. If somebody can tell me the distance between the two, the nuke plant and the Arkema, please let me know. I don't think that the nuke plant is immune from the same type of floodwaters that Arkema just experienced that damaged their plant. And I don't think, even though they came out a couple of days ago and said that it's okay, I've also seen other stories that people are working tirelessly to make sure that it stays okay. I just don't, I wouldn't take their word for it because it is a nuclear power plant. And like I said, is in the same vicinity, basically. And also, I don't think that it's been long enough for the floodwaters to recede that fast. Not only that, there's something in the Gulf of Mexico that may not produce a hurricane or a tropical storm, but it may create moisture over the next, more rain. We just have to keep an eye on that, and obviously affect the Texas area. Again, the southern part of Texas where these two plants, I think there are more than just two plants down, there's many plants. So any plants we need to keep an eye on, you guys. I just don't think that they would tell you. My heart was so broken just to know that there was the possibility last night for these two plants to blow, because I know of the toxicity in the air. And also, obviously, it's going to affect the water. They have bad water, and it takes, from my understanding, it takes fresh water to power these nuclear plants. We got a lot of standing floodwaters. You guys, we just need to keep an eye on that. And like I said, I'm only gonna, the Lord very well could have been pointing my attention to this particular event, but I don't think that, I wouldn't say 100% this is a fulfillment of that vision. Okay, you guys? Just something about is nudging me not to say that for sure. we got that tropical, well, I can't say tropical, but we got that little small development in the Gulf of Mexico. And of course, we have Hurricane Irma. If you live on the East Coast or in these islands, and we need to keep an eye on the Gulf of Mexico too, you guys. Again, who knows where the storm is going, but from my experience and from what I've heard, this thing could very well go from anywhere from Florida up the East Coast. And I live on the coast in South Carolina. You probably heard me call Governor Nikki Haley governor yesterday instead of ambassador, because shortly after Matthew and, of course, President Trump being elected, she went on to her new position, and she did. A lot of people thought there was overkill for her to do this mass evacuation during the time of Matthew, but it got everybody off the coast. And it was kind of, we're like, oh, we've already been through Hugo. That was like 28 years ago. And I think Hugo was Category 4 storm. And at the time, I think Matthew, when it made landfall, was only a hurricane Category 1 or 2. I want to say 2. And so anyway, she did a good job. She did a good job. And everybody needs to be prepared in the event that this monster, the new Irma, if this indeed is the fulfillment of that vision that the Lord showed me, a new storm, the new Irma is forming and could affect the United States. You guys, this thing is monstrous. Okay, come back and make another video. One more thing, our local news station is raising money for the Red Cross. I think I saw a snippet of the Red Cross CEO on CBS, and I do not trust them. I've seen their reports, and today she said that they donate 91% of the money. She was kind of she wasn't talking straight on this news broadcast, in my opinion. Please, you guys, I know some local people here in South Carolina that are supposed to be going, some businesses that are going down to Texas. Probably, if I'm going to donate something, I'll donate, items through them. There's they did feature a couple people here in Charleston, just packing up trucks to take to Texas, diapers and all that stuff. But please use your discernment when you want to give and donate money to these people. The Red Cross, I know she kicked out somebody. It was a story. Guy was reading his Bible and maybe trying to read it to others, and they said that he wasn't allowed to. And one of these shelters, and I don't know what storm it was, maybe it was Matthew. And ever since then, it stuck in my mind that I would never give a dime to the Red Cross. Okay, you guys, just be careful in all things. Keep an eye on this moisture that may be forming in the Gulf. Keep a keen ear out for these nuclear plants that they want us to think is immune to the flooding, even though they're relatively close to this last plant. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that, who lives in the area. Or and also Hurricane Irma. I'm going to prepare myself, even from, over the weekend as much as I can, just little stuff. Just getting my house in order in the event that we have to leave the coast, okay? I'll come back and make another video because I did have a vision. I'll be back.